Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is your first time, welcome. And if this is not your first time, welcome back. How you guys doing? Welcome to another episode of Faith, Life, Love with Bologi Stephen. And my name is Bologi Stephen. So today I have a story for you guys on the love aspect of this of this program. I have a story for you guys, and I want to gist to people about my first proposal and why I said no. And then, of course, as usual, there will be one or two lessons to pick from it. So it was the year 1985. I'm just kidding. Okay. So I had met this guy at my older cousin's place, right? And conversation ensued. He was quite an intellectual, which was interesting because, I love having intellectual conversations. So that was interesting, but I really wasn't interested. And he was a lawyer as well. And so we exchanged numbers, or rather, he got my number from my cousin. I'm not even sure of that part. Anyways, he got my number and we were talking. And then, of course, at some point, he started to say he liked me and whatnot, whatnot. However, I noticed that there were lots of things, important things that we didn't agree on. Issues of faith, issues of even life, really, that we did not agree on. Fundamental issues of faith, not flimsy things that could be rolled away, things that would really, really affect, things that go to the essentials of my Christian faith and his own as well, even though he was a Christian, or he is a Christian, I believe. So he, was saying he liked me and whatnot. And I'm like, this cannot work because we don't agree on a lot of things. So it cannot work. But I don't think I don't know if listening is the word. I think he was hearing me, but he wasn't listening to me. So he kept, I like you. Why can't we date? This one, that one, this one. And I tried to explain as best as I could because I felt like this is quite clear. We obviously don't agree on these fundamentals. So how do you see us proceeding into a relationship and subsequently into marriage? Anyways, all I was saying fell on deaf ears. Went out a few times. It just wasn't it. And then, so one day something funny happened. He shows up at my house like 6:30 a.m. or something, and wants me to come out my father's house, guys, by 6:30. Look, and I was really upset that day, but that was not the proposal. I was really upset that day. I'm like, what do you want me to do? Come out of my father's house at 6:30 to see you, or you want to come into my father's house at 6:30 in the morning? Like, what's the emergency? And it's like he still wasn't getting why I was not flowing with the program. Anyways, that passed. I spoke my mind. I spoke my mind. Let's just leave it like that. And that passed. And then one fateful day, my people, I was in my office. So I was in my office. And next thing, the office assistant came to my own office and told me that I had a visitor. Okay. So I stepped out, and lo and behold, is this uncle? And as though I knew that whatever was about to go down here, I will not like it, I told him that, please, let's step out of the office. Let's, whatever you came for. I don't know. I don't even know how. Okay, he knew the name of my office. So, Google is your friend. So we stepped out of the office, and then he starts talking and perambulating. And I remember very clearly part of the things he said. He said, so I've not been able to stop thinking about this and stop thinking about you. And I just really felt like I needed to do this. And I'm like, Do what? And then Baba goes down on one knee and brings out a ring and says, Bologi, will you marry? Listen, proposals usually leave girls very excited or very confused. Not usually very angry. I was livid, and I told him to get up and stop making a scene. First of all, guys, the ring was green. Anybody that he had a green stone, rather, not like the ring was not like the ring was green. He had a green stone. And anybody that knows me, I don't like green. I don't like green. Like getting me a green stoned ring is just the surest way for me, unless I really like you. But anyways, back to the story. So I told him I'm like, please, sir, can you stand up? And I remember I told him my mind. I'm like, first of all, what you have done is very inconsiderate. In everything you have said, I told him this, right? And this is part of the things I'll just share. In everything he said, it was just about, I couldn't stop thinking about, I felt like I needed to, there was no consideration of me. You can't come and be asking to marry me when you have not considered me. So you want to marry me. What about what I want? How can you bring a ring to somebody that has not agreed to be in a relationship with you? And it's not like she has said, let me think about it. She has told you an outright no with, in my opinion, and I believe your opinion as well, reasonable reasons. Cogent reasons. I wasn't being flimsy. I didn't mind any words. I told you clearly why we couldn't be in a relationship. Yet, you felt that you needed to get it off your chest. So you brought a ring to my office. And then I said, do you know my office policy? Do you know if my office is pro proposals? Because honestly, there are some offices that would really frown at a proposal. So if I had not led you out of my office, you would have proposed inside the office. What if I have a boss that doesn't like me or feels like a workplace should be a workplace? Because I have a friend whose boss had said they don't even want to see them smiling, like you shouldn't be smiling at work. So what if I had that kind of boss? There was no consideration for me. So this is obviously not the kind of person I want to spend my life with. Anyways, long story short, guys, I made my mind known. I was really upset. I told him to leave my office. And I first said a very clear no, so that it's not be like, oh, it was hanging. No, it was not hanging. There was a no. And then I told him to leave my office, so he wasn't considerate and all of that. And he left. And then I got on the phone and ranted to my best friend about it. And she found it very hilarious, by the way. But I told this story to say, I sat one day and it just came to my mind and I laughed. And I thought about how some people really are not considerate. All they think about, there is a selfishness to relationships where all you're thinking of is yourself. A person that is not willing to the person is not even willing to hear you. How much more to make compromises for you? That's not the kind of person you want to be married to. That's not the kind of person you want in a relationship with you. And I'm so grateful that, and this happened a period where ideally I would have loved to be married. I had said, first I said I wanted to be married at 23. Then I said I wanted to be married at 25. By the time 25 wasn't looking likely, I just stopped putting age. I was like, you know what? When it happens, it happens. So, of course, I was at a place where I would have loved to be getting proposed to by somebody I could say yes to. But I'm grateful that I didn't use all of that to push me to say yes to a marriage that I know I would have been unhappy in. And of course, we all know Valentine is coming. Where's your boyfriend? There's a lot of pressure, guys. A lot of pressure. A lot of pressure to have a Valentine. A lot of pressure to do a lot of things with your Valentine. A lot of pressure to receive gifts. One day, is not worth your happiness. Some people are going to make compromises on Valentine's Day that you should never make. Some people are going to have sex with people that they know they shouldn't have sex with because they're not married to them. Some people are going to start chasing after people that they know are not interested in them, all because Valentine is coming. Where's your boyfriend or your girlfriend? It's not worth it, guys. There are so many things we need to consider and think of before we accept to be either in a relationship or to especially marry somebody. Marriage is, I can't remember where I first heard this statement, but it says life is short but marriage is long. Guys, marriage is too long for you to accept a proposal because what will people say? Because we've been together for too long, because I deserve this, because my friends are getting married, because this is 2021, I need somebody to quarantine with. Marriage is too long for you to make silly decisions based on fleeting emotions. It's just not worth it. And if you're in a relationship and you are the selfish one, you need to sit and even think about it. A marriage is about making compromises, making sacrifices, making your partner, making your partner happy as your partner strives to make you happy. That's why you should choose somebody where there can be mutual affection and love, so that both of you are trying to outdo each other in service and in love. Imagine that kind of relationship where I'm thinking of him and he's thinking of me, so we are thinking of us and everybody's needs are met. Not where everybody's thinking, or one person is always thinking me, 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 me. So anyways, guys, I just wanted to stop by and give you guys this quick gist, and I hope you picked one or two things from it. And there's nothing wrong with a green ring. I just don't like green so much, so I wouldn't want to wear a green stone on my hand. But yeah, that's the story of my first ever marriage proposal, like all bended knees and ring, and why I said no. Of course, by the next proposal, it was a ring I really loved, but it was a man I also really loved. So it wasn't just because of the ring. I said yes, and maybe I'll tell you that story another time. So till next time, till our next episode, thanks for stopping by. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to share with somebody. Don't forget to subscribe, guys, so that when I put out videos, you can always be alerted. Love chatting with you guys. Have a beautiful day. Bye.